All right, how is everyone doing? Today I'm going to break down in 6 steps what I would do to start making money online. This is something that many people have been asking me for. Is just like a simple like what's step one, what's step two, like just tell me what to do, in like without overcomplicating things to help me start making money online. This is exactly what I did to start. It works extremely well. It's not rocket science. Of course, it's easier said than done, like in these steps, but this should point you in the right direction. All right. If you've like always wanted to have a business and you've been like, you tried drop shipping, you tried trading, you tried this, you tried that, and always like things seem not to be working, then I think this video can be beneficial for you, because I know for me, that's what held me back for the longest time, was just, I didn't know what to do. I always said to myself, if I had the idea, if I had the business idea, then I'd become a millionaire. But I never found it, which is the excuse I was giving to myself, which looking back is kind of bullshit, but it is what it is. So in 6 simple steps, if you see me look at my phones because I wrote them here, I'll be going over it in this video. And by the end of it, this video might be longer than usual. So if you do have the attention span of a TikTok user, click off, have fun, do whatever the hell you were doing. Otherwise, for those who want to make money, I will break down exactly what to do. Okay, it's going to be complicated, but stick with me and we'll figure it out together. Now, step one is I want you to come up with a growth offer. Okay, what do I mean by growth offer? Something to help someone or a business grow. Okay, it doesn't just mean like size of the company grow. This can be like their money. So obviously helping them grow and make more money, that's a big one. That's what I would focus on. You can also help people grow their social media. You can help people grow their teams. So if you want to build sales teams or fulfillment teams, media buying teams, stuff like that, that there's a big market for it. But if I'm just starting out and I'm looking for something that not guaranteed, but something that there's like a huge demand for in the market, and something that's relatively easy to learn and do, I would stick with like growth money. Okay, so helping a business make more money through customer acquisition. Okay, so helping businesses acquire new customers. Now, how can I do that? I can go down the social media route, which is I can create content for you and help you get more organic leads, which is good, but it's not predictable. It's a bit harder to get people in the door, especially if you're just starting with a zero following. Okay, I don't know if you've ever tried this, but if you've ever like started a new Instagram page with 0 followers and you start posting, nothing's happening. Like, it's gonna take you so much time to get some customers. So it's gonna be hard for people to pay you every single month if you're not immediately making the money back. Okay, so it's just a harder sell. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just harder to sell. What I would focus on is paid acquisition. So a business that's willing to give you money to run ads, and then with those ads, you can help them acquire new customers. And of course, if you can make them an ROI, so make their money back and more on top, then from there, you can easily justify paying them. Not paying them, but they can easily justify paying you. Okay, if a customer gives me 10 grand in marketing budget, and I'm able to transform that 10 grand into like 50 grand, then that means I just made them $40,000 in a month. So of course, if I made someone 40,000, I can easily tell them like, hey, pay me 10% of that. Okay, and it's an easy sell. It's an easy thing to make happen. So that's why I like growth offers. So Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, depending on who you're working with, there's always like one platform that's better than the others. Which leads me to my next point. You have to pick one specific type of business that you're going to be helping grow. Okay, you cannot work with all different types of businesses, because otherwise, the way you help a plumber grow versus a Gymshark athlete, like those fitness influencers, the way you help them grow is gonna be very different. Okay, so it's best to just stick with one type of persona and just make yourself the specialist when it comes to working with those types of businesses or people. Okay, so I'm gonna pick one type of business, let's say roofers, and then I'm gonna help them grow through Facebook ads and Google ads. Okay, that's gonna be my offer. How much do I charge? Again, depends on how much money you make them. On average, I want you to be making at least 1 to 2K per month from working with these people if you're just starting out. Okay, over time, you'll be able to charge a bit more money and be a bit more picky with who you're working with. But if you're just starting out, your first client most likely will be performance basis, meaning you only get paid once you bring them results. And then in the future, once you have a very good track record, then you can start charging people upfront. Okay, so that's the offer. Just pick a local business and help them grow, okay, through ads. That's basically it. Now, if you've done this already and you're saying it's saturated, I can't do it, blah, 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 you're just bad, okay? I'm sorry, but in a market where you're helping businesses grow, if you can actually successfully do it, there is always going to be a demand for your business. Okay, always. Now, are you going to be able to charge $5,000 a month from day one? No. Okay. What happens with most beginners, and most people will tell you that, no, this business model is bad, it's not going to work, is they start off, they hire some random media buyer from some random country, and then they start charging local businesses $2,000 per month with no experience. They have no idea what they're talking about. And of course, you're going to fail if you do that. Okay. Why should you succeed? You have no track record. You have no idea what you're doing. You're doing this by yourself. You don't have a partner who has experience, and you're expecting random people to pay you $2,000 for work that you cannot do. And you look sketchy. If I look at your account, your social media, there's no social proof that you know what you're talking about. Okay, so don't listen to these people. That is the number one way to lose in this online business space. Listen to broke people. If you listen to broke people, trust me, you will be broke for the rest of your life. Okay, so whatever the other people are saying, think about it logically. I'm helping a business make more money. How is that not a valid business idea? Like, it's stupid to think it's saturated. Like, it makes no sense. So once we got off the offer, which is the most important part, okay, this is what's going to dictate the whole rest of the business, which is why this part is very long. Okay, I'm going to go a bit faster with the other parts, but very important. Pick one and just stick with it. Don't start jumping from one thing to the other. Next thing, we want to go with the foundations. Okay, so these are your basic tools required to start a business. Okay, like your website, your email, your calendar, your payment processor, stuff like that. Most of these things can be done on Go High Level. Okay, I'll put a link in the description. You pay one software, which you can have like a 2-week free trial. And you can build your website, you can have a calendar, you can manage your leads, like everyone who you're contacting for potential business. You have basically every single thing that you need to run this company can be done on Go High Level. Okay, it's a one size fits all for everything. So it's very good. So get that up and running, build your first website, make it around the market that you want to go after. Okay, so if you want to go after roofers or plumbers or whatever, make your website around roofers. Okay, make it known that you are a specialist in that market. Then we move on to acquisition. Okay, acquisition is how do we get those clients? There's multiple ways you can get clients. You can cold call, so just call local businesses and ask them if they're looking to get more clients. You can send them emails, which I'm not a big fan of. You can do cold DMs, so to send them messages on Facebook, on Instagram, or you can run ads, which is the best thing. Okay, ads will cost you money, of course, but if you're running ads, that is what I'm seeing all of my top students that I'm helping them build this business model. They're all running ads. Okay, so that's by far the best thing that you can do for yourself. But if you're just starting out and you don't have a budget, just cold call, send messages, and it's a numbers game. Okay, it is pure volume. You just have to go after as many businesses. Do not expect to just message 10 people and then 8 of them will say, yes, I want to work with you. Okay, it's not going to happen like that. You might have to call 500 businesses until one says yes to you, especially if you're starting out and you have no idea what you're doing. Because why should they trust you? Okay, like think about it. Why should they trust you? You just started, you have no experience, so it will be harder to get your first client. It's normal. That is why it's harder to start a business when you're just starting out. But when you have a ton of experience and a ton of knowledge, it's a lot easier to scale a business and to make money. Okay, so it's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy to find your first client. And this is where most people give up. Okay, so don't give up. Contact as many businesses as you can. What I recommend, get your first client on a performance basis. So don't charge them anything up front. Just use them as experience. Get them great results. And once you do, on a performance basis, you should get paid. And once you get paid, use that money to run ads for yourself to acquire new clients. Now, once you're done with acquisition, you're reaching out, you've contacted enough businesses, someone gave you a shot and they want to start working with you, then you move on to sales, okay? Because once you contact businesses, there is always going to be like a sales aspect to it. So they're going to book a call with you, and that's when you present your offer, basically what you're going to be doing with them. Sales is probably the number one skill that you need to master, okay? If there's anything in this life, anything in this like 6-part series, like this 6th step to start this business, one thing that you really should be spending a lot of time on mastering is sales. And the best way to become good at sales is to just do it. Okay, there's books, there's videos, there's a bunch of training online that you can find. But at the end of the day, the best way to become good at sales is to just do it. The more sales calls you take, the better you're going to be at sales. And also over time, once you start taking sales calls, you're going to understand where am I struggling with the most. Is it at the end, as soon as the person tells me, yeah, I want to think about it, I end the call there and I don't push? If that's the case, then you need to focus on objection handling. If it's the beginning, like you don't know how to ask questions, you don't know like how to get information from them, then it's the discovery phase, which is the first part of the call. So once you start taking calls, you're going to see where am I struggling with the most. Most of the time for most people, it's building rapport. So getting the person to trust you, to be likable, to have like a good natural conversation with the person. Many beginners, they're very uptight and they're like a robot reading from a script, and it's very hard to like have a natural conversation. So that's one big mistake I see, which over time you will get used to it. And the second one is handling objections. Okay, so as soon as the person says, I'll think about it, I don't have the money on me, I need to speak to my business partner, they just fold under pressure, they book a second call, or they just leave the call and they're like, yeah, send me a message whenever you're ready to start. Okay, that's a big mistake. I'm not going to go through this video how to do those things, but master sales, you have to be very good at it. You don't need a fancy PowerPoint. Trust me, I have never done PowerPoints. I've just had a genuine conversation with the person, trying to understand their needs and just explain to them how I can help them meet their needs. Okay, it's as simple as that. Once you close your first deal, they sign a contract. Yes, let's do it. Let's start working together. Then you move on to fulfillment. Okay, this is again another part where most people screw up. Is they close a client, they do a good job at selling the outcome, the dream of what's it gonna be like to work with them. But when it comes to actually delivering the results, most people have no idea what they're doing. So I recommend learn the basics of whatever offer you're trying to do. If it's Facebook ads, Google ads, or whatever, learn the basics, but hire an expert, someone that has a proven track record to run the ads for your clients. Now, this is easier said than done because there's so many people online that claim to be an expert, that they know how to run Facebook ads and they can generate, these crazy results for your clients. I got lucky when I started. The first guy I hired, he was just amazing. So my clients did get very good results. Today, what I do for my students is I give them my team. So I have a team of media buyers, experts that I vetted, I interviewed, so I know they're good. So that way they can basically guarantee them results. But my recommendation to you is to just do multiple interviews. Do like posts in multiple Facebook groups and just try to find a few candidates and interview all of them and just see, like, this is just like instinct, like just from the way they're explaining. Ask them like, what would you do with my client? If I gave you a client that's in the roofing niche, how would you help them scale their Facebook ads? And just trying to see, does it seem like they know what they're talking about? Okay, this is, again, very hard for me to sort of explain to you in the video how to do it. But this is going to be a very important part in running your business. Okay. But once you do find that superstar, then from there, you sign that client, you give it to your superstar, he'll take care of him, he'll get them amazing results, you have amazing case studies, and that's going to help you with the next steps to get your second, your third, your fourth, and your fifth client. Okay. And then last step, step 6, from there is just scale. Building the team, so getting closers, getting more media buyers, scaling to paid ads, so putting money into advertisement to get more clients for you, and just building the whole operation to a very successful business. Okay, step 6 is like you don't have to worry about this until you sign your first couple of clients, but that's going to be what's going to take me from making less than 10K, 5K a month, all the way up to 20, 30, 50, and just those big boy numbers. Okay, so that's how I would do it in 6 steps. I hope it makes sense. Again, it's a bit longer video, but essentially find a growth offer, build the foundations to just put your name out there. So build a website and everything, advertise your offer on the website, start contacting a bunch of businesses, tell them you can help them scale and you're willing to work for free for the first client, on a performance basis, partner up with a media buyer, explain to them your situation, make sure that they're good. They're going to help your clients get amazing results. You get paid for your performance work, take that money, reinvest it back into your team, into ads, into everything, and just build a business that way. Okay. Again, easier said than done, but that's the overall view of like how I would scale a business if I was starting out. And as you can notice, the best part of this is that you don't really need money to start. Like, it's essentially a free business to start, apart from small softwares here and there. You don't need thousands of bucks, and you're not really risking anything other than your time starting this business model. Okay, so I hope this was useful. As usual, if ever you have any questions, leave a comment. But yeah, otherwise, let's crush it. Let's make some money, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.